Well, thank you, Tim, for taking time out from your fishing to talk to us this afternoon.
You've had an incredible few years, this last few years, on the French waters.
How do you find it affecting your UK fishing? Do you still have the same drive in the UK?
Or are you more orientated towards...
I haven't got the same drive in England, Sean, purely and simply because I run the mangrove and birch grove, and there aren't two lovelier waters than England.
No,
you can rent waters abroad, you can go on an exclusive group package. The difficult part about England is going queuing for swims or travelling to a distant water and finding out of 9 swims there's one left that's no good anyway. So it isn't the size of the fish, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. I love fishing birch, I love fishing the mangrove. I go down to Chilham a couple of times a year for their events. Yep. So it isn't the size of the fish in the slightest, it's purely and simply the circumstances of the fishing. I love fishing abroad. I fished huge waters of 2,500, 5,000, 6,500 acres. You're not crowded. In England, most waters that I fish, other than my own, are crowded, and I'm just past the stage in my life where I want that.
Right, you've had some phenomenal success over this last couple of years with a whole string of big fish from different waters.
Well, it's been amazing, because it started out, I haven't caught an English 40. My biggest in England is 38.5. Scaly in winter.
What a beautiful fish that was.
Beautiful fish, lovely capture, memorable. I've only really fished for an English 40 once, which was at Orchid when I was after Arnie, and Arnie died at the end of that winter. So from there I'd started fishing abroad purely for pleasure, and it was going to Medine in the World Carp Classic in 1998 that just changed me completely.
Yeah.
The size of the place, the beauty of France, the solitude of it all, immaculate. I fell in love with the big waters and it surprised me. And I went on from there, on the big waters, on the small, fishing France. I love the huge waters now. I've been incredibly lucky with very big fish. I mean incredibly lucky. Like my first fish here was 56 pounds. I've had 4 fish, I haven't even had another 40. But somehow, just now and then, these big fish finish up in my landing net. I've had 25 kilo plus fish from 6 different waters now.
That's an incredible achievement for a French angler, let alone somebody who lives in the UK.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone else done that, is there?
I don't know, I'm not inquiring.
No.
With so many successful carp fishing years behind you, what would you consider the major landmarks, the major highlights of your career?
The highlights looking back in terms of achievement will be starting the Carp Society, starting Carp World. Obviously to have had 7 books published in my own name you start off, you don't even think of writing articles, and then you write articles and it takes off from there. It'll surprise people. The major achievement and the biggest thrill of all was the second World Cup, because to win 1 World Cup was just, but you don't even think it's going to happen. You hope, you vaguely hope. But Steve and I went to America and we were making up the numbers, the field of 110 pairs, whatever it was, on 35 miles of river.
On a venue you don't know.
On a venue you don't know. So, just to come up with a possible swim and then to win the thing by the record margin that we won by, that was such a thrill. The realisation, I turned to Steve on the second day and said, "I could win this, Steve," and he said, "I know." I know. We didn't dare say it. And it was such a colossal thrill. And winning the World Championships, I watched Rob Hughes and Simon Crowe win theirs, and it wasn't until they stood up on that rostrum and the national anthem was played for them in front of all the French, I thought, oh, I want some of that.
Yeah.
And of course we won at Fisherville and we sang our hearts out with the national anthem. And that, funnily enough, that is the big thing that you want to win this, because I want to stand on top of that rostrum for England. Oh, that was some feeling now, that really was. And that will live with forever. Because Crowe filmed it. He said you were halfway to the stage before they made the announcement. Because we're going to be up there with the Cross of St George and the Union Jack and singing the national anthem. Yeah, and both times, in France, it was French 3rd and 2nd. In America, it was Americans 3rd and 2nd. So like it was for Britain. All right, guys. You've got your 2nd and 3rd. Well done, didn't you do well? But we've won it.
Right, how do you see the future of carp fishing? Do you see any major advancements on the horizon in baits, rigs, anything like that?
I think it'll be we talk about the good old days, but in terms of catching carp, you know, these are the good old days, aren't they? You know, incredible. I think some of the what we're doing here, I've got to say, and the magazines, they make carp fishing look very, very easy. You know, the videos now and the magazines now, the waters are selected. They're the best anglers in the world going on these waters with the best methods. I think it must be very frustrating for the guy that you used to serve from behind the shopping wall with a trowel to, you know, to pick up the magazine. We went especially with so-and-so, we caught 330s and 520s, and you think, what? You know, what is that about? You know, so in that sense, I think carp fishing is being slightly corrupted, if you like. It is still very, very difficult to catch carp, and we're fortunate we've reached the stage in life where we're invited to the best waters. You know, we've got the best bait, we've got the best tackle. Terrific. I think for the guys coming into the sport, they've got to understand that there are landmarks. Our first double was a thrill, our first 20. They're still both vivid in my mind. First 20, first 30, first double, all of them. And that is the glory of carp fishing. Not 330s in a day or 520s in a day or whatever. That's a once in a lifetime achievement. You know, and the magazines now make it look as though it's an every week achievement. It isn't. So in that sense, it's perhaps slightly regressive, I don't know. Carp fishing is a lovely pursuit, and however difficult it is for you, don't worry about it. It is for all of us at times. I've just gone through 32 blank nights before I came here.
Yeah.
And I had that 56 on the first, 6 o'clock on the first in the morning, first night. You know, so it pays you back sooner or later. But it's difficult to get this message across. Carp fishing is difficult, and if you find it difficult, don't worry about it.
Right, thank you, Tim. And hopefully tonight there'll be another big lump on the end.
Whatever, mate, whatever. Next time, whenever. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry? Not doing. Not doing.
That's it, that one.
Right, when you keep back that distance and fill the frame, you get it, don't you?
Yeah.
When they come right up close,
Close and that, yeah.
it's difficult to get it all depth of field.